Hello everyone, and thank you for joining me today. I'm going to run you into the craft room today, and I'm going to give you a quick how-to on making the gratitude recipe template without using the template. The layout itself is basically a combination of lines, circles, and your gemstone pattern from your custom cutting system. So let's go into the craft room. I'll show you what measurements you need and layout tips, and you're all set to create that wonderful look on your page. There we go. All right, we'll see you in the craft room. As per usual, when I do one of my little videos, I give you the instructions how to complete it. This recipe template solved can be found by emailing me. You will find the address in the description below, or you can join my Facebook PhotoRecall virtual crop group, in which we post and share ideas, and you will always find your instruction sheets under the Files tab on that site. So for this solving, I have the list here of what you need to create it. The template is going to call for a 1/2 inch border along the side here, so I have that sketched in. And your strips of paper are going to be 9/16 of an inch by 4.5 inches in length, and you need 12 of those. When you're laying them down on the page, your spacing is going to be 1/8 of an inch between each strip. Your gemstone pattern, you're going to be cutting with the green blade, and then for your circles, you're going to need 3 4-inch circles, 3 3-inch circles, 3 2.5-inch circles, and 1 1.5-inch circle. To cut these things on your personal trimmer, you're going to be cutting at the 9/16 line. So when I open up my trimmer to lay down my paper, you know your 1/2 inch line here is at the bottom, so the longer of these bars, your 9/16 is one line above the 1/2 inch line. So I slide my paper in to 9/16, make my cut, and I am doing that 12 times. To cut your circles, you are going to need, with the smaller circle, you'll be cutting your 4-inch circles using the red blade on the outside, and you need 3 of those. On the inside, you're going to cut with your red blade. You need 1 circle that's 1.5 inches long. So red blade for that pattern. For your medium-sized pattern, on this one here, we're going to be cutting our 2.5-inch circles. I need 3 of those, and that's with the red blade on the inside. For my larger circle here, I'll be needing this one as well because I need 3 3-inch circles, which is cutting on the inside here using my blue blade. And for my gemstone pattern, for my sheet, there's your gemstone pattern, and we'll be cutting on the inside with the green blade. So once I've cut my 12 strips, I've cut my 10 circles, I'm ready to lay things out. So let's do that. So here's a template of my sheet, which you'll see in this photograph. And to lay it all out, you want to square your page on your Creative Memories mat. Being a 13 by 13 inch mat, it gives you a nice space around the side where you can see all your measurements. Our template guide is asking for a 1/2 inch perimeter. For mine, I just went ahead, used my ruler and a pencil. I went in 1/2 inch and traced all the lines I needed with a pencil. This outside frame can also be created using your 12-inch trimmer, right? Sliding your blade down 1/2 inch from the end. You can use the clips to hold it in place, and cutting the pattern all the way around, you can make your 1/2 inch frame to lay on top of a page. It'll look nice if you have a double-sided paper that will go great with your layout. To lay down the other pieces, I'm using my zero centering ruler, and I'm going to lay it flush with the top and bottom edge of the page, and I'm going to set it in at the 5-inch mark on my page, keeping it nice and square. Because the ruler has a really nice flush edge, I can easily take my pieces and butt them against the page. So I'm going to take all my 4.5-inch strips, and I start with my 1/2-inch line at the bottom, and I'm going to go ahead and set that one flush with that line, and it should come with a nice straight perpendicular edge on the far side. Once I have the first one in place, I just go ahead and look at my zero setting ruler, and I want to go 1/8 of an inch or 2 little hash marks up, and that's when I will set my next strip in place. Once I have my first 6 strips done, it's easy enough to rotate the page 180 degrees and lay the second set of 6 strips from the bottom. Once that's done, you can take your gemstone pattern and lay it on top, and you can use the 0 on the zero centering ruler to know where your center should be for that placement. On to the other side, we're going to lay all our circles. Now the circle dimensions I gave you, 3 4-inch, 3 3-inch, 3 2.5, you can throw it all out the window. If your photos do not work with those measurements, cut the photos to the size you need and to give it a little bit of a pattern. Again, when you're laying these down, the placement as to which one's on top versus the other photo will vary depending on what's on your photos, because you don't want to cover up someone's head because this one should be on top of that one. No, not true. Make it work for what you're doing. But basically, you're going to just scatter your circles about. This one calls for the 3 4-inch circles, the 3 3-inch circles, again, patterning on the outside, the 2.5-inch circles, 3 of those, and the one little 1.5-inch circle as a little feature point. For the finished page that I made, I was working on the Creative Memories old size albums, so I am at 12 inches from edge to edge, and I'm losing my 1/2 inch on the sizing on my page. So for my page, I didn't run an extra 1/2 inch border on the inside. I kept it right flush to the jeeping, so it looked more square. On the page itself, I did keep my 1/2 inch border top and bottom, and on these ones I added my border maker cartridge. My 12 strips were created using 3 different pattern papers, so I cut 4 strips in each pattern. With my circles, again, I layered them as they worked best for my photos, and the green blade actually cut my photograph on this one, so I did go a little bit larger. You can see I'm over on my jeeping here and a bit underneath here. I did go a bit larger and use the red blade on the outside. But it all looks great. I really enjoy this pattern, and I hope you have a lot of fun with it also. We'll see you again real soon.